kids who are asking
5 to 6.
all these 5 to 6 because they've probably been fed nonsense. Could be their parents, teachers, friends, on how to approach this issue. I think the sooner you accept that, you might feel a drop in morale. But once you allow that to happen, it actually gets more interesting.
Welcome back to Yamcha Sessions VeryFastOne, VFO. It's been a while. It's been a long while. MJ, what are we discussing today, MJ?
So we are discussing whether fresh grad should be paid 7,000 to 8,000 ringgit.
Wait, what?
I think this is about a week ago from this recording. The former Bank Negara governor, who, funny enough, with all due respect, looks a bit like the US. If you all know Janet Yellen, she's you can Google the face.
How do you spell that?
What's his name? Bank Negara. I forgot the ex-Bank Negara's governor's
You just
name.
Google one of the
And so Janet Yellen is the former Treasury Secretary of the US and also the former Federal Reserve Chair. Federal Reserve is just the central bank.
Okay.
So it's just funny that they are
Alike.
tenure looks the same. So this is Janet Yellen.
Okay.
So then you look at the ex-BNM governor.
They look the same?
Yeah.
She looks okay. Right? She looks like
Forgot
a
the
like a
name.
nice grandma that will make you
She looks like Edna
Thanksgiving.
Mola.
She does look like Edna Mood a bit. Oh my god.
With all
Dude.
respect, right? No, just
Damn.
calling out
Wow.
some patterns.
But I gotta say though, his hair, like, you
It's
know,
beautiful,
quite fat.
Very
His hair is
L'Oreal
on
lah.
point.
The
Yeah.
hair is very L'Oreal.
Yeah.
He knows what.
I saw he's a Harvard grad, right? Was
He
he?
is.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he speaks well.
Yeah,
eloquently.
so he was basically saying that he could like the amount he earned in the 80s was much higher, like relatively compared. I mean, absolutes is lower, yes.
Yeah.
But
He was saying earning $300 to $400 at the time, save up for 6 months, can buy a car,
yeah, 6 months can buy a car, 2 or 3 years can buy a house.
house. Whereas today, I think if you save maybe 7 to 8 years, then you can buy a house for down payment for a condo.
Yeah, so he was saying that back in the day, in the 80s, he was already earning 1,000 something, 1,003, I think. But the amount that graduates are earning today, which is 2,000 to 3,000, is the equivalent of 300 to 400 in the 80s. So basically, the relative spending power has dropped by 4 times.
That's why BNPL. Whoa.
Exactly. So he's saying that ideally, 7,000 to 8,000. In fact, that is what fresh grads
Damn.
should be paying. And he cite things like education, which is a problem.
Yeah. Brain drain, everything as well,
Brain
right?
drain, things like that.
He's asking for fresh grads to be paid 7 to 8.
He said I think he's referencing his own time.
Yeah,
when
he's
he
just
came out.
projecting it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
To the
He's
his
saying
time.
to
what
have
it
his,
should be like.
Oh, wow. Fresh grad earn 7, 8, damn nice, way.
I think that's just wishful thinking.
Dude, I think
Quite-
that's
Why,
just fucked up, bro.
Wait, what?
He's just mentioning it as like, this is how I think it is, right? It's not like he's trying to tell everybody like,
You should
yeah, we
demand-
should do it now.
you
I'm
should
demanding
demand
right
for
now.
7 to 8.
We're having policies right now to try to make that happen, but rather he's just like saying, yeah, everybody should be paid 7, 8K for fresh grads.
I know
right?
we're segueing a bit, but I have to ask. So if fresh grad 7, 8, right? Does that mean I get a raise, bro?
Yeah, does that mean, yeah?
Because if I get the same as a fresh
Exactly.
grad, then
Everyone's gonna ask the same thing.
Yeah, so I think people are blaming like the education system.
okay.
People are citing structural problems, which is the government's fault.
In a way, yes. Okay.
And I think some people are already mooting the idea that you need to raise the minimum wage.
This been an ongoing conversation like for years now on this podcast, especially about how the minimum wage should be increased. But I think it never that increases that much.
Yeah, I was
To be
teaching.
honest, if I'm not mistaken, it has been gradually been increasing since 2016,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong. But
Actually, can you put it up like the historical minimum wage?
yeah, because I remember reading this also. It has been gradually increased. I think the last increase was last year, in 2024. I think up to 1.7 or 2.7. It's just that the minimum increase, right, it does not justify our current times.
Yeah, correct. So and then there was one creator that reacted and say that one of the reasons she cited that the wages are low is because employers are stingy.
Yeah. Was it that girl
Yeah, that
that
guy.
talk about
Forgot his name. Her
the
name.
malls one, right? She don't like malls one.
Yeah, she don't like
yeah.
a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you were saying something also, Vincent?
No, I was like teaching a bunch of fresh grads, and I was asking, what's your expectation in salary when you go into a job?
Oh, good lord.
Everybody say 5-6K. Damn. Then I was like,
Nice.
dream on, guys. There's no way you're getting 5-6K.
Or unless you are
Can lah.
finance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
unless lah.
something
But
like
the people who I'm asking are all learning digital marketing. Like about 40 of them, somewhere around 5 to 6K.
Well, expectation 5-6.
Oh, then you guys are gonna be sorely disappointed, man.
Well, not only will they be disappointed, I think specifically for your field, is they're actually stunting their growth. So one of the beauties of digital marketing is that you can have almost
Yeah.
infinite income.
Yeah, if they
Because
actually
a lot of it is
practice
performance marketing,
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
Then you in fact 55 or 6 is like a limiting ceiling like that, right?
Yeah.
Because most, like let's say if you're a copywriter, if you are good, right, you can ask based on a certain number of conversions or whatever.
I once knew a copywriter that was so good, granted not young, but so good, he can demand for contract to work in 2 agencies concurrently.
Wow.
And cut off time one, you know how rare that is in advertising to have a cut off time. He says, morning, my cut off time is 2 p.m. Evening, the second agency cut off time is 7 p.m. That's crazy, bro. You get double salary.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's how good he is.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the minimum wage. As Chester said, it has been increasing, right? It has increased 60% in the past 12 years, you can say. But I don't know what y'all think about minimum wage, but my exercise for minimum wage and why it doesn't work is to simply ask yourself, why not 10,000 ringgit a month? To implement a minimum wage, you have to just write it into law, right?
Yeah.
And then just enforce it, right? If you don't have. So why not 10,000 ringgit a month? That way all of us can be T100. We are all top 100.
By that definition.
No, a communist country, bro.
Right? I mean, genuine question, right? Like if people think that the solution is minimum wage, why not T15,000, 20,000? Everyone earns 20,000.
Everyone starts off.
Everyone's rich.
Yeah. Everyone starts off with 10K.
Where is this money coming from, though?
Exactly.
Right?
Where?
So you ask the most basic and the most important question is, where do this money come from? So then the accusation that employers are stingy, no doubt they are. But what I've realized is that stingy employers tend to shoot themselves in the foot, because if the person that they're stingy with is of value, especially in like a modern era where there's so many job opportunities, some other employers would snap up this high talent, right? And what I don't like is that people who are not like employers, who, you know, if an employer or a rich person stereotypes a poor person or an employee, I'm not saying employee is a poor person, I'm just giving it as a category, we would criticize the person, right? Like say, that's not fair, right? Everybody is a bit different. So similarly, if you turn it on employers and say that all employers are stingy, then you're doing the exact same thing as these snobbish rich people are doing to poor people, or employers are doing to employees, right? Some employers think employees are just
Matai, just do shit only.
matais, right?
It's a blanket statement, you know.
Yeah. So the thing is, employers are all different. So if one employer decides to be stingy and the person is of high value, the employee, somebody else will come take it and will bid a higher price for him.
Yeah, I think also for employers and employees, when it comes to this type of relationship, right? It's knowing your value and knowing where you thrive as well, lah.
Yeah.
So as an employer, I think you would have to negotiate with the employee what is their asking price.
Yep.
And if their asking price is their asking price, I respect your asking price, right? I'm not going to give you more because you asked for that.
That is if you're asking someone who's experienced, right?
Experience or not experience, that guy is asking for that. Because look, The guy can be a fresh grad and come in and say, hey, I want 5-6K. I'm like, okay, I respect what you asked for. Can you please demonstrate how you're worth 5-6K?
Yeah, exactly.
If they can demonstrate to me they're worth 5 to 6K fresh grad, more than happy to hire him because his value is of 5 to 6K to me. However, if this guy is 5 to 6K and then he says that, oh, I only want to do 3 to 4, it's okay. I'm like, you asked for 3 to 4, you sure? I'm like, yes, I want 3 to 4. Okay, sure. I will pay 3 to 4. That's what you asked for, right? I think that's fair. Right? If you ask for it. After a year of testing this guy out, right? He comes to me and says, actually, I want more. I think my value is higher. Then I'm like, how much are you asking for? He said, 5 to 6. Actually, if his value is 7 to 8, you ask for 5 to 6 also, right? I'm like, you sure? I'll give you 5 to 6.
Okay, fair enough.
I think you deserve it. But am I going to tell you it was 7 to 8? Not really. I'm not going to tell you. That's the truth, right? The employee has to know his value. And you have to justify to me your value. If you can justify to me, hey bro, I'm more than happy to pay you the money, man. If you get the job done, by all means. And this is what I see. The problem here, I feel, is employers also, I feel, purposely don't give. Then you have a fucking problem, right? Because the employee asking for it also, he like, I know you're worth more, but fuck you, I'm not giving you.
Why should I need to give you that?
Yeah, then they put up this battle, right? Like this emotional battle, or this, I don't know, right? To make the fella feel like they're actually they're worth less. That's, I feel, very wrong.
No, I think at the end of the day, right, they are all limited and bounded by salary range. So it's not, I feel it's not on the employer, but rather the candidate, right, who wants to be an employee. What he should do is to believe in himself that you can actually earn more than your 3 to 4 or 5 to 6. So if you feel like this kind of salary job, right, if you don't do your homework, the salary range is around 5 to 6, and if you want to earn 7 to 8, then this is not the job for you. I always ask, like, do you feel that you can earn more than your 3 to 4? Yes. Then how? Then if you feel you can, then the next step is that you go to another office job. Then it's going to be difficult, right? Because right now you're being paid 3 to 4. If you want to suddenly have a high jump, you can't. So if you feel and you believe you get to be paid more, then go do sales. If you have the appetite for it. If you feel that you can earn more, then go beyond with what the game that you're playing.
Yeah, the job scope.
Yeah, the job scope, yeah.
My dad has always said this before. He said that when he was in Maybank and he'd been there for 25 years, he always sees like fucking damn lot of people vying for this position that they want to go up higher.
Yeah.
And he's like, the funny thing is, out of 100 people, everybody will do as they are told. Your job scope is A to C. And then people do A to C and say, Mr. Ng, I do A to C, how come I don't get anything more? He said, because you only do A to C. That's the reality, right? You're the same as the other fucking 99 people and you want more just because you do the same thing that you're expected to do. You have to do more than what you're expected to do. Then only I can justify, right? You're just like everyone else. So I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, that's true. Your value is dependent on how much you're willing to put in. Right? Your boss tells you like, hey, do like 3 designs for me. Okay, I do 3 designs. And next designer, I also do 3 designs. Fucking next designer, I also do. One guy out there, I did 5 designs. Whoa, hold up, son. This guy got initiative. It's no brainer.
Hire right?
No brainer. I'm going to promote that guy, right?
I think you bring a good point, because I think if you want a higher salary, that's how it's the position you put yourself into. Because a lot of the people who are justifying like, I would say the same for the bank governor as well. He's justifying from the perspective of your benefit. So like, oh, I need 5 to 6 because I want to afford this, or I need 5 to 6 because my friends are earning this amount or whatever.
But are you really 5 to 6 though? That's the thing.
But these are not. These are not justifications at all. These are probably work like against your favor.
Yeah. But going back to what you're saying, all right, if one guy suddenly do 5 designs, I don't think he can climb up very far.
Why?
Because the reality is that, first of all, he's spoiling the market, right? Because the fact that he has to do 5 designs means he have to work extra hours.
Possible.
Yeah. And then
it's a simple analogy, but okay.
It's one of those things whereby so in order for me to get paid higher, I must do more than my 9 to 6, right? Then
I didn't say that, but okay.
Because if everybody just work within 9 to 6, then it's like, wait, the one guy who works from 9 to 7 and has the result to show for, but he takes from 9 to 7, then he
But
should.
couldn't complete 9 to 6, right?
Huh? Why
He
that?
couldn't complete it between the 9 to 6 hours.
No,
lah,
it's,
because he
it's
spent 1
like
hour more.
employer will favor people who, you know, put in more hours.
More hours just to
you know,
show that.
Yeah, just to show.
For sure.
But these people, okay, then I will select these employees because they are good, pay them a little bit extra, but then it's hard for them to go beyond. The people who really go beyond in that 9 to 6 structure, the corporate are the ones who can, you know, buy people's heart, play politics.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think, I think in a way both of you are right. So it really depends on your boss. So
Yeah.
your boss may be like your
And the
dad.
nature of work.
Yeah, So if the boss like your dad, then you know where he looks at effort put in and initiative, then you get promoted. But then some,
Yeah.
you know, whether they are like more kiss ass.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely that one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so if you want to earn more beyond than that, then you have to come out to become like a freelancer,
Cool, yeah.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people are doing now because
Yeah.
they cannot, they are not allowed to be given the amount that they want. So
Mm.
and then they end up grinding outside.
Yeah.
So they do lesser hours in office and then do more in
Yeah, outside.
so that they
Moonlight,
can,
lah,
The moonlight,
right?
yeah.
they hustle.
Mm.
Is there a point to hustle beyond your working hours?
I think, okay, so I want to
you
backtrack
want,
to my statement also first. Okay. It doesn't mean you spend more hours. The quality needs to justify the work. I can churn out 100 designs, no point, right? My ex-boss once told me, can you generate 3 versions of copy for me or not? For this Toyota app. I come back with 100, you know. Then she looked,
100 copy.
Yeah.
Bro, you're J Chow of copywriter.
yeah, bro. Then she just looked at it, out of the 100, right? Can you tell me confidently, without smiling, this one is the one or not? I cannot. Then she's like, exactly. So please, just do 3 quality ones. Going back to my dad's one, it's a simple analogy. He is just saying, you just gotta show that you can be effective.
Yeah, you just gotta show. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's not show. You just gotta be effective. And you gotta do what you can. You gotta do more than what you can. Or at least demonstrate that
Or
you
what
are
you're told,
capable.
yeah.
You're just capable of that. Like, for example, right? If the person can do a PowerPoint, but he can't present, like you're short lah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody can do a PowerPoint within the 9 to 6. But if you can do a PowerPoint, but I learn how to present, that's my point. Then you can, you shine lah. So it's not about like doing a more design. It's just a simpler analogy.
Yeah.
What was the second part we're talking about again? We were going moving to a second topic one. About, I forgot lah. We were talking about something else one. I segued to this part. We all forgot.
Is it minimum wage or?
You know, 7 or 8K. You become a freelancer.
Freelancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed this a lot in my industry, the freelancing aspect. Yeah. Because people are doing events and events damn rough, lah, right? They're like, fuck it. I do contract. So every time you need to do me based on a project, we draft out a contract to work on that project. It's quite common. And I think you can either maintain what we have in Malaysia where it's a career, quote unquote, or you can be like in Singapore where a majority of the events people are actually not tied down to a company anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of them will always contact me once in a while and they'll be like, hey bro, got a job or not in Singapore? I'm like, bro, I'm based in KL, bro.
Well, so these people are like generic workers, but on the level of like management
Senior
office.
exact junior manager level, like that thing. Like late 20s now. And they refuse to be confined to one job.
Them.
They'd rather like hustle on the side, sell a watch, hustle on the side,
Interesting.
you know,
Insurance.
network, playing golf. Then after that, I'll be a temp staff. Earn like minimum wage, 150 sing per day, 200 sing per day, that type of thing, depending on the job.
Yeah.
You can be a market like that, or you can be a market like here, where you can slowly build your career. Yeah. I think over here, actually, there are pros to it. You grow, and then you build your own network. And then I think you kind of branch out to do your own thing, usually.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Even if it's corporate setting, right? You work like solid big company, 400 people, do your own thing. After you kind of branch out, you're like, I can do my own thing. It's quite common, it's like own business.
It is.
Quite
it
common,
is.
but for like say coming back to the point of fresh grad that comes in, right? The ones I see so far, they demand. Okay, I mean they already know what their starting salary is like because it's quite standard in my industry. So some of them who have the balls to actually ask for more. I mean, I'm trying to be nice to it. It's just, what can you do? I mean, what can you offer?
What's more?
What is more here?
Yeah.
I mean, you compared to you and every other candidate that comes in.
That's how I feel too, bro. When candidate come to me, they ask this, I'm like, bro,
But
you
see,
do the same thing as the previous guy, though.
Exactly. You both come out from a well-known university. You come in with a ACCA certificate. But what else can you do? What can you show me in terms of what work can you do? Just because you can do Excel, you can do Microsoft. Okay, I technically, when I came in, so I can do that. But what sets you apart from the rest? So that's the point where the fresh grad just gets so demotivated after that.
Yeah. Because it's hard to sell, right? It's like
It's so saturated in the market right now.
It's so saturated, and you ask yourself, actually, the skills that I learned, I don't even know how to apply it in the real world. How can I even?
I think
use it?
that is also a failure of the people who taught them, who like feel in their head that they are like almost owed a salary or
Yeah.
like once
Yeah.
they're set for life, once they finish a degree.
Yeah.
But here's a good question though. What do we want them to answer? Imagine if like you're fresh grad, right?
Yeah.
You're applying for all of our first jobs, right? You're back in your day, and then they ask you how much you want to be paid, and then you say X amount or whatever it is, and then let's just say, of course, it's a negotiation process, and then you say, oh, that's a bit high. Can you show me what you can do? How would you guys say it? How would you guys answer?
Wow. Okay.
That's a pretty tough question.
It's a tough question.
Tough question.
But I've only realized this later in my career, like literally last 2 years ago only. So when I graduated from the US, I had the same mentality. I deserve a high salary, so I aim to go Singapore, work in ad agency. Okay, I felt that was quite a big mistake because no matter what you say, when an interviewer asks you that question, you better have fucking damn solid proof to show that your work is good work. Yeah. So when I went for my job interviews, they're like, your portfolio don't mean jack, Like you can say that you participated in ad competition, you can say that you've worked, you've interned in a US company and whatever. Doesn't mean you can do it here.
Yeah.
So I realized, right? Forgive me, okay. That time, my internship, they love me so much. They're like, John, why don't you work here? We know we can work with you. And I was like, no, I want to aim for higher.
Wow.
I greedy, right? I'm like, I want a better agency. I think I deserve better,
This greedy motherfucker.
Yeah, I greedy motherfucker. Actually, they're willing to offer me good salary also, Then I'm like, no, I think I want to work in that other agency. I like the clients there they work with. I like the work they do there more than the agency that I intern with. I don't want to say which agency. So they offered me already. They're like, you don't even need to come for interview, just start work only. I'm like, no, it's okay.
So people giving you a platter there, man.
Yeah. And not only that, so I had 3 job offers,
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. First job offer was that one. They say you don't even need to interview. I'm like, fantastic. I can just walk in. That's my backup. I'm not going to say who. That's my backup. Then the second one is my cousin working there, big agency also. She's like, just join here. You work under me. Chill. Then I like, no, I chose the hardest one. Like a so high like that. Like, kena fuck lah.
People give you easy mode, you choose the hard mode.
Bro, life gave me easy, medium, and hard. Bro. I couldn't choose hard mode. So to go back to your answer, right? I think if you intern there, feel the place. Like my intern who worked with me, bless his soul, Ryan Pinam. Bless, he's the
shout out you, man.
best intern I ever had in my life. End of his internship, you're offered a job. Come back anytime. You can start anytime. I know you can work. He's like, can remind me, like John, don't forget.
This is the path of entering through internship, but you are put in a situation interview, then how?
So you see, right? What my point here is, I think if you're interviewed, it's very hard to answer the question.
Super hard.
Because no matter what you say, no matter what you show, you Harvard grad also, it's very hard.
Not only that, if you're like 40-year-old, right, and you're looking at like a 21-year-old, no matter what he say, you'll be like,
yeah.
you tooting your own horn, I think.
So my answer to that is actually you should intern a lot. And then if you find that right vibe, I think that's how you can enter with a higher salary actually. I feel because they know how you are.
Yeah, correct.
They had a test run already of the car. They can buy the car now. They're like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with an ex-partner on this one, on why would let me rephrase that. When you hire a fresh grad, what's the first thing you see in that person?
Oh,
Yeah.
for me, very hard, bro. Initiative.
For me, I'll see whether you have logic or not.
Oh, okay.
That person said to me was whether I can vibe with you person.
Yeah, bro.
Vibes.
Bro.
Yeah, then he didn't use the word vibe, like basically
Vibes.
whether I have synergy with you or not.
Let me bring you to karaoke.
because
Let me see
technically
what
I'll
song
be
you
working-
sing.
Technically, I'll be working with you, right? I'll be working closely with you. And if I cannot
Vibe.
talk to you, work with you, even see eye to eye with you, right? There's no point in you hiring you.
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
So-
Actually, an interview is that.
Yeah, it's all about selling yourself. But at the same time, you need to build a small connection with the person.
Yeah, and see whether you vibe also lah. Takkan you go and forge your personality and then in the end you don't vibe with the guy, right?
Yeah, lah, yeah. lah. You gotta work with people you love. People you like, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not love. Okay. Stop.
That third job, that one I took, I didn't even like my interview. He's like my guy I'm supposed to be reporting to. I even met the guy that he was reporting to. I hated all that, but I really want this one though. Took it, regret. My God. So even if salary is promising, so I feel like not worth it lah.
How does this minimum wage apply to somebody who is like a 32-year-old? Let's just say.
Yeah, like he said, if the lowest gets raised,
Everybody
then he
raise.
also will want
You
a raise.
should, because it will just demoralize the people, the experienced people.
Yeah, who have been
working
there.
They just might as well just quit and go somewhere else and just get a
Ask for higher salary. Yeah. It'll be mass exodus or mass
It's just
shuffling
going to be
lah.
a domino effect.
Then everybody's prices go up.
Yeah. So actually, the problem with minimum wage, twofold lah. So minimum wage usually applies to two sorts of people: those who are not highly educated, or those who are young, who are pre-educated, right? So the problem with a minimum wage is, and this one is a cost that you cannot see, but it exists. If by law I have to pay minimum wage, a lot of young people who want to enter, they cannot work for lower or close to free, and to gain valuable experience, leading up to, let's say, before uni or after uni, so that when they do enter the workforce, they know what to expect and how to behave, like well and to their benefit. So when you put up a barrier like that, so let's say like a barista, a particular SME who is usually not that profitable, wants to hire people, but then it has a pretty high minimum wage that is inhibitive. So let's say, I don't know, 2K, 2.5, right? I don't know, but let's say I want to hire, but this person say I want to work and all that. I can't, bro, but I have to pay minimum wage, and we just can't do it for now because I'm paying you that inhibitive amount. Then I have to train you some more, right? So that person who wanted to become a barista has lost the opportunity to become a barista, to start from somewhere.
Then everybody hang.
That is one big problem with a minimum wage.
Yeah.
So that it blocks out a lot of potential. And then
Because you have to hire like experienced people with it. Like since I'm gonna pay this
because
amount.
now you've increased the risk for employers.
Ah.
So now if I increase the risk, then the higher I'm gonna get, it has to be a guarantee.
Yeah. So you hire more experienced people.
Yeah, so it's like, then the young ones or the inexperienced ones don't get a chance to learn.
More in employment.
So what is the cost
They'll-
for this?
they'll be
Now that's
stuck,
just a
man.
barista. That's just a barista example, but how about all the other industries, right?
Yeah.
So that's just that. And then the other issue with the minimum wage is, as he said just now, it costs. Because you increase the wage. The minimum wage went up 60% since 2013, right?
2014, 2013 out there. lah.
Okay, Nasi Lemak went up 81%
Yeah, bro.
since
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
mad. I saw.
2013.
Satay chicken.
Sorry, Siham 400%.
See, I'm 400%. God
I
damn.
did that video, right?
Satay chicken.
Charlie chicken 100,
Yeah.
double, no 170.
The cost of the chicken didn't rise up,
in
you know.
13 years,
That's mad. That's
The
mad.
cost of the chicken didn't rise, you know.
Yes, cost of chicken didn't rise.
So what rise in the satay chicken that costs like
Yeah.
the percentage of increase?
Timber, the timber of the stick.
The wood, the sauce.
The sauce, the
Yeah, the
kunyit.
kacang lah, maybe, or whatever lah. But so that's why there's a lot of problem with the minimum wage. That's why when I explain that you want to answer a minimum wage, don't stop at 1,007 or whatever it is today. Go to 10,000. Then straight away you will realize. Straight away, your immediate question you ask is where are we going to get the money? Exactly.
And to add on to that, right, I feel that if let's say we were to have that ideal 10,000 minimum wage, right, that would cause a very quite a negative impact to our economy as well. Because think about it, Malaysia's one of the main work is hard labor.
Mm.
So imagine next time if any investors were to come into Malaysia. And
Nobody invests lah,
nobody's gonna
bro.
invest.
Nobody's gonna invest. It's so
Nobody's gonna-
expensive.
yeah,
That's
made-
why they come here.
Made in Malaysia, premium shit, man.
Hey, bro, Century, bro. Buatan.
But yeah, sorry. So if there's a third one, to your point, it will force. To be fair, it might actually be beneficial for us because employers will start to automate.
Okay.
Wow. A lot
You
of
go
unemployment.
from 2-3K income to zero. Your options is not 0, 2-3K and 5-6K for a fresh grad. No, it's
Extreme of
2-3K or zero.
wow, that's the
There's no scenario where you make 5 to 6.
It's extreme
Because you
position.
when you go 5 to 6, suddenly all the palm oil companies they'll calculate. They say now it's worth more to automate harvesting palm oil.
Then a lot of
That's it,
people
ah.
are just fucking homeless and shit.
Not just that, banks as well. In fact, investment line. So one of the things that I foresee is that a lot of banks, especially those that are progressive, will benefit a lot because a lot of the function in a bank is still very manual, still very human, and can be taken over by AI. Whether it's call center, whether it's credit rating, like
Cough,
making sure the
cough,
loan-
looking at you, public bank.
So yeah, so
Hey, they got a new app.
yeah, so
God damn.
they can pretty much maintain the income, but cutting the cost in half.
Even McDonald's, bro, you can see it now.
Yeah.
You know? Because I feel like they can feel the pinch of the minimum wage, but the burgers can't exactly go higher price already. They can't reduce the size of the burgers also already. So it's like, fuck it lah, I have to cut headcount. Right? Just do automated machines, you just order on the machine. now.
One of the grocers in one of Tama now, apparently you can snap a picture and pay.
No
something like that, yeah.
way. Damn.
You just your trolley, you just snap, done.
Damn.
That's the future, man.
Even Decathlon, just throw your stuff inside there and then you pay.
Uniqlo?
Uniqlo also.
Don't
Uniqlo.
need anyone there.
Because they know that the headcount is too expensive now already.
So you see places like Japan, Korea and all that.
Automated.
Is rising, yeah.
So I went to Japan. I just came back from Japan recently, right? So I went to this place. Can't remember the name. So there's only just one server. There's no cashier. So you just
solo,
go in. Yeah, you just go in. You order from that tablet,
Oh, then they serve lah.
then they serve. And then when you go out, you go to the terminal there and pay your own.
Oh, this is like Matsuya, that type of like.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
But for some reason their e-wallet game quite weak.
Oh, got.
Hey,
Very
no,
strong now.
Very strong now.
Really, yeah,
Very strong now. Very strong now.
Tokyo is number
Okay,
one
already
now.
lah.
Yeah.
Better lah.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard it
better.
was quite bad lah in the past.
After COVID, quite mad.
They escalated like this after right after
that
COVID,
lah.
man.
Yeah. Now credit card everywhere, right?
Everywhere, man.
Yeah, bro. You can don't need bring cash already.
Bro,
Just boop, 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 boop,
Even
boop.
Kyoto, also, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
My cash is there.
Bro, do you know you can pay vending machine with Touch and Go
Yes.
in Japan?
Yes.
Bro.
Alipay,
Alipay.
or what?
Yeah, it's because of Alipay
Alipay,
integration.
Alipay, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, take that, Singapore. Bro, fucking legit, man.
I went to the
Singapore also
vending
can.
machine to buy
Is it?
water.
Yeah,
with-
Alipay
with
integrated all
credit card.
countries.
Oh.
Asian.
I just shout out to whoever came up with the name Do It Now. I think it's one of the
Creative.
master stroke. Absolutely master stroke.
Shout out to do it now, man.
Someone did a comparison with all the names in ASEAN for their e-wallets, and almost everyone were like, "Do It Now is
Top.
stop."
Yeah.
But it's only understandable in Malaysia.
Yeah, for
Yeah, right.
Indonesia.
Indonesia lah.
No, but you see, so that's the trick, right? Because Do It sounds like Do It.
Do it.
Yeah.
they will know.
So people who don't know Malay can connect. So then when you tell them, but they'll be wondering, why is it with a U, not a O?
Oh, then they know.
Then Do It is money in Malay. Oh.
Century buatan Malaysia again.
Then they learn a new language. Do it means money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, do it is coins. Money is wang.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do it
yeah,
is
yeah.
coins.
Yeah, but I see no one. I mean,
I thought it's shilling.
people understand, right?
Do it.
Thought it's shilling.
Shilling also. But shilling is Arabic, right?
Is it? Bro, what's coin in Malay, bro?
Chilling lah.
Little coin is Koin.
Coin. Coin. Nah, itu coin.
Coin gecko.
Yeah.
Coin berapa sekarang?
I think it's very hard lah, the minimum wage thing. Everybody wants to fucking increase minimum wage. Even America, minimum wage is also fucking damn high, right? You see how many homeless people? All
No.
automated.
So a lot of this minimum wage go up, then they all just shift to another state lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work somewhere else.
Isn't that what happened when I think there was one whole period where the minimum wage was quite shit. I think right before COVID
What, in Malaysia or in the US or what?
in Malaysia.
Oh, is it?
That's when Singapore literally opened their doors.
Oh,
Everyone-
is
everyone was flooding.
it? Then they moved to Singapore lah.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go lah. Yeah. Very tough lah. But I do feel that it might open up doors to different avenues. So I was watching this video on, I think it's called 60 Minutes or some shit like that, right? Majority of the US graduates now, they can't even afford college.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. Do it is money in Jawi. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So 60 minutes.
A lot of people in America right now, they skip the college and university because they don't want to be in debt.
Yep.
They straight away just do what's that called? It's like kemahiran hidup. You work under like a sensei.
Vocational.
Apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship, yeah. So they just do like woodwork. They do a lot of like fixed
Blue collar
aircon.
stuff lah.
Yeah,
Man,
but
wood's sounding really sexy now.
bro,
But you can earn like 90, 100K a year on, not bad.
bro, this girl, right? She does welding. Welding. She said took 6 months course. Now I'm a second grade welder. It sounds like a Maple Story job, bro. Then she's like, yeah, now I'm earning about like 150K USD a year. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good, man.
I think the game has flipped already, right? Blue collar work is more in demand.
And you know, Trump is trying to put zero tax on tips. Tips, overtime, and social security.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Damn, bro.
I wonder if being an aircon serviceman here is a good
got
word.
like I know an aircon guy. Got like he will tell you some more. So you know what? He damn smart. You know he like you look at your aircon, right? Then he like, so don't clean lah. You call me next month lah. I don't need to clean for you lah. Chill lah.
Yeah.
That's how much money he's making.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, you see, the fella is not complaining about.
He's the one that fixed the aircon here, bro.
Oh.
He fixed here. Then I asked him, hey, can pass on the aircon behind? He like, Ayo, okay lah, do for you lah. Who can complain?
My aircon service guy is so damn hard to book him, man. He said he's always fully booked.
That's why. Today also got fucking 3 aircon guy in my office.
Hey, that
Crazy.
is the kind of job that AI cannot fix.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Cannot.
No, cannot.
They,
No.
how you going to do it? You going to have a robot?
Cooking lah,
Something.
F&B also a bit harder. So.
Unless they robots you know, it's like those machine that fry rice for you. I went to Korea. I went to Korea and then there's this one self-service shop where robots are making pizza, making noodles for you.
I saw that, bro. The pizza. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know if it's nice, but
It's not that great, lah. But
yeah.
it's not that great.
But still can makan lah, you know?
But that's the thing. These jobs are too beneath the people who are complaining about minimum wage. Usually, that's it.
Yeah.
These are usually like educated people who probably have a friend group that they are also being pulled towards, you know, Jonas, giving up the Jonases and things like that. So that's why 3 to 4 is not enough.
I quite like it here now, lah. I feel like when things go up, right, then petrol price go up. Bro, I'm quite traumatized from my Japan trip, lah. So I don't want it to go up, lah. Just maintain it, man. I'm happy, man. I can eat kai fan every day. It's okay, man. I don't need to travel so kawan.
Yeah.
Actually, if you all for your info, right, there's actually a minimum wage manual, Garrison Panduan. That's what they said in
Just
So it's a guideline
in the
for
guideline
how much should be
for-
paid, is it?
Yeah, there's a guideline for all professions to be paid.
Oh, is it like a market rate?
Market rate. Maybe you can Google the progressive salary. What's salary in BM? I forgot what was it.
Salary.
Gaji.
Progressive gaji. I think.
Oh shit! So they collate all the gaji, then they can show lah.
Yeah.
But you all should just follow Malaysia Pay Gap lah. They have the
definitely.
full data there.
Well, sometimes I just feel Malaysia Pay Gap, right?
Bro.
Stirring lah.
Shit stirring AF lah, bro.
Stirring.
Bro, when you see people earning flexing and earning in USD, then you convert and like, bro, why am I converting for? You got the life to work in an MNC company locally here. Of course, you living the life.
Yeah, 100%. But of course, Pay Gap will always showcase the juiciest story, man.
Exactly.
Why would she showcase like the average Joe?
No, but sometimes, to be fair, sometimes she does show like,
Malaysia, truly Asia.
nice.
But it's okay, we did Century.
No, but no. This they do show occasionally
Rare
like
lah.
the shopkeeper.
That shit don't get views, bro. That shit don't get likes.
That's true.
But can't blame her, right?
100%.
Because the post, nobody's liking it. It didn't get to us, so
Exactly lah.
only the juicy stuff come out.
If ever you can bring her here only lah. Just ask them.
I think he knows her, right? You know her.
I think I invited her on before. I can't remember.
Then she
the
sus. She
conversation.
like, nah.
She
Yeah,
sucks.
she wanted to meet him.
Then she like sus.
Hey,
Like,
but
nah.
we 5K now.
Yeah,
Wait, are you serious?
You don't know? With 5K subs already.
Bro, it's been a very
5K.
long, it's been a very long 3-4 weeks now, bro.
You make it to 5K,
Yeah.
is it?
No lah.
But yeah, I mean, so I also didn't answer your question just now about like how would I approach
Wait,
that.
sorry. I just want to let you guys know when I say 5K, I meant it as a joke. Like I'm not saying
shit.
5K as like we are proud. They're like,
5.79,
wow, we
bro.
damn high.
5.79.
5.79. Oh shit, we famous now.
We 6, okay, now?
Oh
we
shit.
six.
You rounded up,
We're
it's
at 3,
6.
right?
Huh?
VeryFastOne started at about 3, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's the way to
Hey,
go.
we coming for you, Brian.
Who's Brian?
Okay. I guess we can wrap that up, but
No, you wanted to answer.
Oh yeah.
wait.
It's just the part about the salary. What do I say, right?
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm just wired so differently, and I've always believed that the price of anything they're trying to sell, in this case is your labor, should be right at the end. You should almost like not mention it and
Yeah.
tease it.
Yeah, that's what I do also
So-
in interview. I never mention
Yeah,
about
you never
price.
mention, right? You just talk only about how you can help the company, where you
Oh.
can improve the company, and you just talk. And then after a while, right, you can see like they like what you hear.
Yeah.
And all that, like, but then then they also feel like, okay, there's a price behind this, right?
Yeah.
So, but at least you've already like front load the value, right? It's like a story lah in the sense, right? It's
true.
It's like you tell the price at the start, then you're like, okay.
They put you in a frame and a box.
But if I first, sort of stimulate in the other person, like the stuff I can do, where I can bring them to, the imagination and all that, then
They
the
already
price will
thinking
look
of-
very small.
Yeah,
Then like,
yeah.
I think you should need that. Yeah. Or that's
true.
it. So in fact, I think I shared this in the very first YCS I did here also, right? I offered to work for free.
yeah.
I wrote in my book. I said, hey, if I can get into BCG, or Boston, anything, and I said, don't pay me anything.
But imagine the
take it.
people you meet, the job you can do.
Dude, it's crazy, right? I'll just offer to, or like if I have no financial support to be able to maintain myself, I'll just try a deal. Guys, just pay me like subsistence, just keep me alive. I just want to work here.
Or you can just like do in contracts, though. You can just...
Oh, what? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So then you are de-risking.
you have to be paid with minimum wage.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
you are
law.
de-risking. Yeah, but minimum wage in Boston Consulting Group. Okay. But you de-risk for the other side. Then you provide all the value. So like you said earlier on,
You
right,
have
the
your
interns, why are they
ease.
hired?
Yeah.
So then when you ask for 15, they're like,
Okay,
maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to let you go and all that. That's
Yeah, man.
that's all it is. No, then if they don't, straight away you have an experience on how to deal with this. So it's not really a failure, it's just a door closed. Then if Boston don't want, then go to McKinsey lah.
It's kind of like foreplay lah,
Yes.
But then,
Correct.
according to the record books, they never say that you are actually working there.
No, you'll be there. You'll be hired, but you just
Your salary slip,
Technically, they can't do that.
Your salary slip says 1,800 only.
But I feel like if, let's say I was hiring someone from that type of position, they said that, I'm going to forego my education, but I'm going to work somewhere in a very big like agency / company, whatever. And then I see the salary so low. I'm like, why? No, I decided to do as minimal as possible because I felt like I could learn from a lot of people there. And
But I
was
got a
willing to
feeling
do-
when HR, right, or whoever was interviewing, see that number already, they already, whatever you say doesn't matter already.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you say,
Bro, it's quite...
1,000
it's
only
quite
at the end of the day, this
brutal.
guy.
It's quite brutal how human resource actually filters
Is it?
applications,
It'll be like 2,005.
I had a friend who told me that especially when you go for those those convention, not convention, those
Job fair.
job fairs, thank you. Whatever resume that you provide to them, right? It just takes them 30 seconds just to see, flip, go. Flip,
Yeah.
Shit. I think even less than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
So now you gotta hack the whole job application with keywords. Like it's been a while since I looked for job, right? Like a few years ago. I never really look for job. I usually go because somebody recommended me. So then after that, I did my own thing. Then after that, I want to start applying. Then it's like, shit, nobody's calling me for interview. Then I look at my resume. I never even passed the interview stage. Then I keep on looking at my resume. I get Andrew's help actually. Andrew gave me the formula and the template, this guy. Then I saw how he did it. Oh, it's all about keywords. So I format my whole resume, right? Never had problem getting interviews ever since. So my advice for this fresh grad, right, is that always aim for higher. There's gonna be someone who's gonna pay you higher. You just need to get enough experience. The reason why I reacted to when you say show, you just need to show that you can do. That's enough, really. You don't actually need to do. Because
yeah, probably.
Yeah, because
that's the entryway, I guess.
because at the end of the day, you're getting into a job through an interview where it's all talk as much as you want.
Yeah, but you kind of need to show when you get the job.
Yeah, then that's another, fake it till you make it,
Proof is the correct word.
Then this goes to show your tenacity, your adaptability skills, and put up or shut up.
Probably.
So my lesson to fresh grad is that aim as high as you can, because in Malaysia it's still a place where people will still pay you and if you sell them a good story.
Possible also.
Yeah.
My second job, I think. Yeah, I basically had a great conversation with my ex-boss about char kway teow. Damn great. Then after she hired me. Fantastic.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't even look at my resume. She told me. Actually, I didn't look at my resume.
Yeah.
So in a way, I also feel a bit sorry for the people who are asking the kids who are asking all these 5 to 6, because they've probably been fed nonsense. Could be their parents, teachers, friends on how to approach this issue. You might, if you're listening this to the first time as a fresh grad, you might feel like it's unfair, right? That John got a job because talk about char kway teow. Where's that?
Yeah, that's so classic. Yeah.
Right? Like, how is that? But I think the sooner you accept that, I would say you might feel a drop in morale because of how it shatters your worldview. But once you allow that to happen, it actually gets more interesting. Then you realize, wait, all I have to do is eat char kway teow.
Talk about char kway teow.
Well, last time, what am I taught in school, right? I need to study for exam. I need to do all these different processes. I need to score an A and all these things. And therefore, I deserve because I put in effort. Then you realize, actually, effort means quite little in the workspace.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you shouldn't work hard or you shouldn't. I think you should have the mindset of working hard the same way Japanese people have. They do it not because necessarily to gain favors or that. They just do it because it's the excellence.
Yes.
Right? So that's a better justification for high effort rather than so you can get a job, so you can get 5 to 6K, so you're going to be so disappointed. You're going to be like the guy who thinks that if I just get this girl flowers, if I pick her up, if I call her every night, if I say sweet things, she's going to like me. But every guy knows that the guy who does that,
don't get the girl.
Yeah, it is.
Is the guy who don't respond to her 3 hours.
He's the real Chad.
That is the guy she fall in love with. That's it. That's what we need to realize.
I also feel like the way you gotta, move ahead is just to ask.
Yeah.
You just need to ask. Hey, this one, can I do?
Yeah.
You need people? Can I do? Hey, can I have my salary raise? Like just straight up. Ask your boss. Hey, I'm not doing so well. I want my salary to be raised. Cannot. Okay, never mind. At least you ask,
You got to follow through.
No, because you know why? By the time you ask her, right, you would have had some kind of track record that person can tell whether you deserve a raise or not. Like if you know,
true at least he will tell you you really think you deserve. Then at least okay I guess I know I don't deserve it now.
Yeah, because it's, and you must also know right. Like let's just say if you're good enough and then you go and ask, people can see but if you're not good enough and then you go and ask, of course people say no . So what I'm trying to say is that look into yourself and see whether you're worth it or not. And then if you can see that you're worth it, you can ask anybody and people will just, sure.
Conclusion wise, you just know your own worth.
Know your own worth and then start asking instead of waiting.
So I think, to your point, I think it's a tango between employer and employee. So I think you raised a very good point about being direct and wanting to approach that way. I would come from perspective of employer. I learned this recently. I never practiced it for myself, but I think it's a really good idea. You all know Timothy Tia, the person who used to run Naf Nang?
Oh, so
now he runs Colony Workspace.
Oh, okay.
The co-working space.
Nothing is the KOL or that.
Yeah. The wife is the
5 feet.
4'9". Yeah. So he said he doesn't. So he was talking in the context of raise and bonuses rather than getting a job. But it applies to your point, right? He said he doesn't wait for the end of the year, then do appraisal. His appraisal is at the start of the year. So what he means by that is he will first sit down with his employees and says, here are the targets to hit. If you hit, this is your raise. Or this is your bonus. So the expectations are start in January.
Okay.
If the employee accepts it, that is something for him to look forward to. So the whole year,
Grind.
this is what I'm going to do. So you agree on the goalpost. Don't shift the goalpost unless there's a good reason for it. Then you approach it.
Yeah.
Now that is if you have a proactive employer like this Timothy guy, which I encourage employers to do something. My approach is different, where I just give people a cut, right? That's it. So I align the interest that way. But if you don't have a proactive employer, then as the employer, you have to be proactive. You have to basically go to your boss and say, hey boss, now I'm earning 3 and I would like to earn 6. But for me to go to 6, here are the things I'm going to do.
That's literally like what majority of people come to me
Yeah.
with. They set what they want to do.
Correct. And then your job is to say from the company level, from the balancing of HR and all that, is that a reasonable ask?
Yeah.
Then that's when the negotiation. I think for that, sorry, I can't give you 6, I can give you 5.5 or 5. Because if I give you this, then I give the other person this, things like that. So that's where the tango happens. But I think if you're an employee, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
But the best is if the employer does it.
Yeah,
Because the employer does it,
He sets
that's easy. The targets or very.
Also, the easier way is to just go interview outside and then get a number and then show to your HR.
So that of course is
That's the easier way.
That is the steroid way lah.
Yeah. Steroid way. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you can ping pong ma. You
Yeah.
can ping pong until you get what you want.
Yeah. And then the HR, your boss is like, I really want this guy lah, but they're offering like, extra number.
There you go.
It's either you can or you can't. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, every time that happens to me, I'm like, you gotta go.
And
Serious.
and just to be able to do that, employees should always be going for interviews,
Yeah.
even if you're not looking for a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know your worth, really.
Yeah.
It comes back to the point where you know your worth.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
That's what Andrew does all the time.
Yeah.
Just go, bam.
You just never know. Suddenly they offer you some ridiculous number, like okay.
Now it's better because you get to do remote interview.
Yeah,
But
last time
back
you
then
gotta
it's
go all
so
the way.
tough. You gotta go take a half day leave.
Then you gotta pretend like you have
I
some
think-
kind of.
But I think nowadays we are heading back to that whole physical interview.
Bro, you gotta talk near to mic, bro.
Really?
I think, but then again, nowadays, right, they are moving back towards the physical
Old
interview.
school way of
old
going for
school
an
way of doing
interview.
it.
I feel so too lah. Like online interview don't really cut it for me lah. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly lah, like when I interview kids.
Let's say I think the first round interview maybe can lah, just through the HR, you can do verbal communication. But when you want to see a person to you want to hire, you kind of need to see how they look. The voice matches
Presentable.
Yeah.
I have to get that guy in person. Bro.
Yeah.
My line lah.
Yeah.
You know.
I got a friend who's tried to apply for a remote work in Singapore. So he went through the first round remote interview. Second round had to fly all the way to Singapore just to meet the CEO. It's like, wow, need or not?
Yeah.
But it's sounds like one of those companies where the CEO wants to interview everybody.
Yeah. Hey, but even my CEO interviewed me.
Should lah.
Remote working he's so far high up.
But I think it's a good practice. It's like he allocate the time or she allocates the time to to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we derailed a lot from minimum wage for
Hey,
fresh.
no, I think we
grad
talk
in a
about fresh grads minimum wage. I think it's all
I think,
connected.
I think we kind of give them a rough idea what to expect in the future.
But yeah, maybe
as well.
final words.
final words.
What do you say to the fresh grad?
I already said mine, which is you just ask, keep on trying and go for a higher one.
My take is that try to first know your value. If you feel like your value is not of that equivalent to the rest of your peers, do something to boost up your credibility. Show them that what you have to offer.
Go sell some VCDs, man. That's how the people in the past did it. Sell VCDs in like Pasar Malam.
My advice is
it didn't
to
connect.
go sell VCDs.
No, never mind. It's too far. It's too far. It's too late.
Might as well just sell insurance, right?
I think my advice is to go with the flow. I think that's the best advice I can give.
But
Go with
you're
the
the go with the flow kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Because I feel like I went against the flow few times in my life and I was punished very severely for that. Maybe it's a learning curve, I don't know lah. And when I went with the flow, things kind of like fell into place, man. So sometimes like when you go for an interview, you really want it to work and it doesn't work out. Just take it as it is lah, chill lah. Just go for another interview, you know what I mean?
Just go for 10, 13 interviews. all
Yeah,
over.
it's fine, man. But then I feel like when you really like resonate with one of the employers or even one of the employees there, and then you kind of vibe, you're like, wow, shit, man, feels right. Then yeah, I think maybe it's a good fit. Sometimes the flow kind of makes it feel better. I can't explain this, right? But you know how like bodybuilders lift weights to make muscles grow big. It's a very obvious thing to see. And skills also is very easy to see because like let's say you practice drawing, your drawing gets better. The thing I feel like is the most difficult for me to train, right, is the gut feeling. And the gut feeling is what we all have. But sometimes when you ignore your gut so much, right, it doesn't become strong anymore. So I feel like you got to go with the flow a lot, trust your gut, right? And then in the end, this is a Wing Kyong recommendation. So it's like you got to learn how to feel. I'm like, what kind of fucking what advice is that? But I've been learning how to go with my gut ever since then. Like
But I
5-6
feel
years
like
ago.
to that I do believe that is almost that you're born with it.
What was it?
I don't think you can be trained too much. The training only serves, like the experiences only serves to unlock it. But I think it's either you
have it or you don't?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I don't
Shit,
think
man.
it's a
Serious,
bit
ah?
like leadership lah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
mean,
The leaders are not.
born overnight.
No, they're not. As in, like they're not really made lah.
You think so?
I don't know.
So you think you are like born?
You're almost like chosen.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
But no,
I don't know,
I've heard
I was-
stories. I mean, I've met people where they have built up their credibility of how to lead a team or lead a generation. lah.
You gotta watch Dune, bro.
Yeah.
Go watch Dune, bro.
Oh, well,
Very good quote.
anyway,
Yeah.
MJ, your final words?
Don't blame the economy. Don't blame the employer.
Okay, then
Don't blame the government.
blame the
Maybe you are not good enough.
Okay, that's all we can.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, most of the time. Yeah.
I mean, why should you be given a high salary? I mean,
If you think you deserve one, right, I think you got ego problem.
so you see, so the logic is like that, right? If you think you deserve, that means you know you have something special. And if you have something special, then someone will give it to you.
I thought I was special.
Yeah.
Can I aspirate, bro?
So there are only two things. I feel like there are only two types of like workers in the economy. Those that are like my girlfriend who undersell herself, her quality, and she just takes on responsibilities with no proper commensurate pay. So for someone like that, then the approach of I deserve more applies because you do. But then the second type are those that think that they deserve more and then they are wondering why they don't have it. That is the marketplace telling you that you ain't shit, right? So either there's a problem in the market. So maybe you are an artist and you're like, oh, I'm not valued in Malaysia because the art scene is so trash or whatever, which is probably true. I mean, I wouldn't say it's trash, but it's not, say, the US or other places. So then you have to change your market, right? But then if you're like, no, I don't leave my family, then I'm like, okay, then that's your problem, right? You can't have it all, right? So in those areas, for those that group of people, the best thing that can ever happen to you is to realize that you're not good enough.
Okay.
Because that you are now floating in air, and you realizing you're not good enough is finally when you touch ground, where you can feel the solid. And that's when you can learn how to walk, run, and then eventually jump.
Okay.
So yeah.
You hear that, Fresh Grad?
So they're not good enough. They're not good enough.
Get a dick.
Oh my god.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you're not good enough. That's it. I mean, it's okay. It's okay
God,
to
it's
be
a whole
not.
Chester today.
Chester is on a roll, my guy.
It's okay to believe you're not good enough. I think that is one of the big blessings you can ever have. One of the reasons why, like, if I had to bet on who's going to win, US or China, I'm probably slightly betting the US, is because they always feel that they are getting, there's always going to be a catch up. Like they're they're being left behind, or people are out competing them and you're not good enough. There's a deep element of self-criticism that
they have on themselves.
They have themselves. And that is precisely why that you cannot bet on people like that. So if you want to be someone that no one wants to bet against, you have to feel that you're not good enough. Then,
I always constantly feel I'm a piece of shit.
People won't bet against you. And then you will get the salary that you want, and definitely a lot more. I'm quite sure of that, yeah.
Shit, man, it's wise, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.